Hello everyone, this is Jamie Hoskins on my YouTube channel, JamieJPH1 on PS5, and we are talking today about Sony video gaming physical copies. Okay, media. Okay, so if you guys don't know, lately has been PlayStation has been massively bombarded on social media sites like gaming sites and stuff that games actually promote to advertise their games. Okay, and instead of the game, okay, they are literally getting bombarded with angry comment one after another, like, hey, don't you know, we want our games, don't you know, to be physical. We actually collect this is actually like memories, we can actually hold this for memories and stuff like that. No, that's not the issue at all. Okay, why do I say that? Is that not an issue? Okay, I'll tell you why. Because just recently they had Call of Duty Black Ops shadow dropping, just mysteriously actually shadow dropped and stuff, and instead of trying to wait for a physical copy or whatever, and then and this was an all digital version, and then people were saying, like, we're done with PlayStation, we're canceling everything. And what do? They buy the physical edition, not the physical, but they buy the digital edition. Yes, they bought the digital edition. So if you're actually complaining, like, hey, you know, actually, like, why are you into actually like physical actually type of thing? This is not right. We're actually outraged, you know? Then why did you actually buy digitally, you know, when you're actually all upset, like physical like digital instead of actually physical? So there's actually something right there. So that means there's a more underlying issue of it's not the physical copies that they're really actually upset with. They're upset with the gaming industry. Okay? So, first off, what kind of actually brought this for, I'd say, the last 15 to 20 years? Who is responsible? Okay? I'll tell you. Actually, in my opinion, who is actually responsible for this whole thing actually getting to the point where we are today? And that is Nintendo. Yes. Yes, we're back to Nintendo. Yes, they are greedy. Okay? And why do I say Nintendo for the most part? Okay, because at the time, way back when, we're going to have to travel back in time. Okay, we're back in time. Okay, so back in time, you know, they actually had, like, for online gaming, it was free. You didn't actually have to have actually like a live subscription for anything. Okay, then Nintendo swoops in and says, hey, we can charge the gamers to play actually online and communicate with their friends. So there's this extra market that is that Nintendo is just capitalizing on. They're just capitalizing on it, making money and stuff. And then Xbox, they follow suit, like, ooh, this is a good idea. We can make extra money to there, you know, and we'll charge them to hang out and be social with each other, so to speak. Disgusting. You know, I still think it was actually like a bad decision. But hey, I'm not hey, Coral Ari Clay, CO67. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So, with that, so we have actually like them actually like starting to charge for your just the what used to be a free service, okay? And they start making money off it. It's like, this is sweet, okay? And then Nintendo, fast forward a few years, or most recently, they're like, hey, we'll actually make it that you don't actually own your games. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. You know, because with that, we can end your game just like that. You don't own it. You bought it, but you don't own it. That's right. So, with that, people are getting frustrated. Okay? So, they're frustrated and outraged likely so. But the big thing is with gamers and different type of thing, they forget. Always, I had, hang on. Sorry about that. Didn't know that it was still recording. But, yeah. So, back to where I was, okay? And no, I'm not AI. Thanks for thinking I am. That's cool. But, yeah, so back to our subject, okay? So then you had, like, PlayStation, Xbox, all saying, hey, let's actually charge for these, for streaming services, okay? So that gets actually a little frustrating, and gamers complain a little, but as I was saying at the end, after a week or two, gamers forget about it. They don't hold the game companies accountable, and they drop it. And what happens generally in human life, if you keep stuff actually bottled inside, bingo, it explodes. And that's what I think is happening. Gamers, they're upset that the video game companies, they're taking over gaming. So, what do? What's the best way to do it? Okay, is bombard with angry comments. And then whatever you're advertising, whatever you're promoting gets buried. No one can see it because all they see is angry. So that's the real issue here, is gamers, they're not following through. If they actually follow through, starting canceling their subscriptions, not buying digital, okay, and there's no money into digital, okay, then, or even just in general, hold them accountable, and the companies can't get actually any money from you. That's like your main living or whatever it is gone. So you have to go a new direction. Okay? So that's the thing. Gamers, a lot of them, they don't follow through. If they follow through, then it sends a straight message right to the, what do you call it? Sends a message straight actually through the companies. Okay? Now, here's another issue. Okay? Is this hurting just gamers? No. Okay? It's also hurting the game companies themselves. Because imagine you're going over and let's say, let's use a good example. Let's say across Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Okay? So, you're actually Assassin's Creed Black Flag company, Resynced, and you spent all this money, your everything, every penny, every graphic type of thing, all in your budget, okay? And you barely have enough to promote your game. And you go to Sony, Xbox, whoever it actually is, and says, hey, can you promote my game? Okay, I have this, here's the budget, I'm going to pay you to promote my game, okay? So, Sony or whoever says, absolutely. So, they post it to their sites, advertise your trailers and stuff, but instead of getting like these, like where the advertisement like link is to your trailers, they're all seeing angry comments, okay? Like, hey, what about fiscal? Where's our fiscal? Why are you ending fiscal? Why are you doing that? This is not cool. We're going away from actually like from the Sony or Xbox or whatever. We're just not going to have it. Okay? So with that, would you actually want to go with actually like that game company? Or what would you do? Because you're losing money now. All that budget that you had of trying to make the trailer to do the last bit of promotion and stuff just basically is gone now. You know, it was just waste of money because your ad space is now just comments of angry, and you had nothing to do with that. You just made a game to there. It has nothing to do with your game even. So with that, that's how it's hurting the studios, the people that produce these games. Okay, now last point before I go, okay, with that I'll leave with you is, get this, okay, who is this going to probably benefit in the end? The company that's going to really have a field day with this. They'll probably just start getting actually like all of a sudden a business boom. What is that business boom, you may say? That business boom would be, get this, PC. Because you're not really having on Streamlabs or whatever, you generally, from what I understand, you don't really have to actually pay for like online stuff with that. So since you don't have to pay for that, and also you get to keep your games, see that, and everything that you've been dealing with console wise, you don't even have to deal with it. And with the raising of the prices for consoles, like the PS6 that'll be actually coming out, you know, I don't know when that is, but with the PS6 and stuff with that, do we really need the PS6? Come on, what type of features, if you really look at it, will be different from the PS5? Liquid cooling. There's your answer. A change of liquid of actually of how the system is cooled, and maybe a slight, very slight beef up of graphics. Very slight though. So is that worth actually paying, maybe, because they haven't really, I don't think, released the price range, but you know, it's going to be high. They're going to try to raise it because hey, if we actually start getting how many ever, buying this, at this price, this can be the regular type of thing, for all consoles. So we're going to put it for $800, okay? $1,000, okay? What happens when you have $800 to $1,000, okay? Then it becomes, it's cheaper to go PC. Yep. And what's actually happening? From what I understand, you own your games on PC. I used to have PC, loved actually playing with it a bit, but my computer was kind of old, and it only could have one graphics card, so I couldn't really upgrade it to the most. I couldn't actually to the latest type of stuff. I only was limited on one. It was pretty good. I actually played some interesting game, had some emulator games on it, and old video games like old Nintendo, Super Nintendo type of old games and stuff, and Pokemon I had on that. So with that, that's enough of my ranting and stuff. So what's the real issue? Is it physical gaming copies? No. It's frustration with the companies in general of how the gaming industry has got to this point. Okay? And now, do I hate video games? Do I hate consoles or whatever? No. As you can see with my streaming, I'm mostly on my YouTube, I mostly do gaming, especially on PS5. And pretty soon, as soon as I get everything down and enjoy playing a complete run through, I will be doing Black Flag resynced Assassin's Creed. So look forward to that. So let me know in the comments what you think. Okay? Do you think gamers are, if it's the physical thing, what's your opinion actually on physical copies? Do you actually really get enjoyment of seeing that physical case on with a disc on your system. Like, not your system, but your collection on your shelves. Or does it not really matter to you? It's like, hey, you know, I have a digital. I don't have to worry about a scratched disc or anything. It's just that. But then at the same time, later down the road, if the support ends for that game, you're out of the game. Basically, you lost your money, because you never know when that can actually happen. So that's the other downside of, I think, of digital. But other than that, for physical, there's... Oh, that's another thing, okay? I don't know if it was a test, but in Japan, get this, okay? In Japan, they sent actually out, I guess, for pre-orders or whatever for GTA 6 and stuff. They send actually like a code, you know, with a disc, not a disc, but a disc type of case, okay? And with the code, how long do they have to redeem it to there? From when the game releases? 170 days. After that, if you haven't redeemed it, sorry. Even if you paid for the game, code actually ends, you can't actually play the game actually anymore. You have to buy it all over again. So let's say you're in a move, your internet goes down, and what happens? You're out of luck, because the code has expired. So not cool. And if that keeps on, would actually happen, who knows what would actually happen? You know, actually, like, if that happens with the server going down, you've lost everything. So in a way, digital is a huge risk of, what do you call that? Huge risk of servers going down or you losing your game. But at the same time, depending on how you take care of your games and what they're going to put in for the... What they're going to actually put in for... If they're going to go actually route with codes that expire a certain amount of time, and then that's it. That, let's just say, don't go digital then with that digital code thing, because don't let them get away with that, because that can be where things get really in a dark area. So like and subscribe. This is Jamie Hoskins, my YouTube channel, JamieJPH1 on PS5, signing off. Sorry for the rant, for the long video, but wanted to get all my points.